Good morning and welcome everyone to our 16th episode of Cowboy Coffee with Coaches, a podcast created to recognize and promote our student athletes, focusing on high school varsity teams, their coaches, and mentors. My name is Bobby Gutierrez. I'm joined in the Rio Blanco Herald-Times studio this morning by fellow host Tiffany Jehorek, owner-operator of Crystal Meadow Farms, and our studio technician, Rich Klinzmann, owner-operator of Step Beyond Media. Thanks to Lucas Turner for creating this studio for us. Again, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Tiffany will update us on the results of our boys basketball teams and wrestlers in just a moment after I introduce who our guests will be that we'll interview in our second segment. With us today is Meeker boys basketball head coach Klark Kindler, whose team just hosted and competed in the 21st annual White River Electric Cowboy Shootout here at Meeker last week. The last three is a 3-day event. And the Meeker Wrestling team, we also have assistant coach Tyrell Turner, who traveled with the varsity team to Cedar Ridge and Delta this last weekend. And again, we'll interview both of those in our second segment. In our third segment, we will highlight a busy sports week, the last week of competition before the Christmas break, and also get in where our band concert is going to be. But we'll go to Tiffany now for results. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. So in the 8-team tournament, the White River Electric Cowboy Shootout, the Meeker Cowboys took fourth place. A big win Thursday evening, 64-45 over Longmont Christian. A tough loss to Aspen, who ended up actually going on to win the whole tournament on Friday, 65-31. And then a loss to Palisade, another 3A team, 33-55, put him in fourth place. And we'll get more in depth into how the Cowboys did and everything when we talk to Klark.
Yeah, good competition.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was. Yeah. And it was really fun watching the boys back on the court. So we'll start with JV, and the JV went to Rifle on Saturday, and Dylan Hobbs placed 6th at 106 pounds. Zeke Gianetti placed 4th at 113 pounds. Tanner Goodwin placed 5th at 126 pounds. Tegan Sheridan 3rd at 182 pounds, and Tate Kirchhoff 2nd at 220 pounds. So now moving on to the Cedar Edge duels. You know, Cedar Edge is ranked 3rd as a team across the state. They're a super tough team. They have a lot of weights ranked. I would say the majority of the kids, a lot. Anyway, so we had Trey Kennedy, Cade Blunt, Judd Harvey winning for the varsity. There were a few non-wrestlers. Kelton didn't end up wrestling. There was nobody in his weight. And a couple others who I'm sorry, I can't remember. And then for JV, Hayden Schultz also won. So.
All right, that was a dual Friday night.
That was a dual Friday night, yeah. So then I believe that Trey Kennedy and Judd's, they were both ranked kids.
Yeah, and they're also supposed to wrestle Buena Vista, and that got canceled.
Yeah, Buena Vista had chain laws in effect down there, and their transportation told them they wouldn't drive.
All right.
So they didn't show up to the Delta tournament. There were actually 2 Delta teams at that tournament missing. Buena Vista was one, and I'm not sure who the other team was that was missing from that tournament. And it was too bad because Buena Vista is ranked number 1 in the state, and it would be really, really nice to see those kids in this early in the season. So results from the Delta Panther Invitational: at 120 pounds, Trey Kennedy took 3rd. At 132 pounds, Ty Getter took 2nd. And then also we took some of our younger kids. They got an opportunity to see some, varsity matches, and Clay Crawford actually placed 4th also at 132 pounds. Abe Maupin placed 4th at 138 pounds. Trevor Keys, another freshman, placed 6th at 152 pounds. Connor Blunt won the tournament at 160 pounds and received Outstanding Wrestler of the Tournament for the upper weights. So good job, Connor. Also at 160 pounds, Trindon Powell placed 4th. At 170 pounds, we had 2 Meekerites, Kelton Turner and Cade Blunt, in the finals. And Cade, being the sweet little cousin he is, forfeited to it. Kelton And so Kelton won. Cade got second at 170 pounds. Brendan Clatterbaugh had to meet Ty Wolk for the second time of the weekend, and Ty is a tough senior wrestler at 182 pounds. And Brendan did really well, but got second place. Good job, Brendan. Judd Harvey won at 220 pounds. Hayden Schultz actually also at 220 pounds placed fourth, and then in heavyweight Tanner Musser won also.
All right, good deal. And team-wise, how did they finish?
Fourth.
Oh,
Yeah, Cedar Edge was 50 points
ahead of everybody.
ahead of us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, cool. Okay, so we'll come back here. We'll take just a quick little break, and we'll come back with Coach Kindler with an interview.
Yep.
Be right back. Thanks.
Crystal Meadow Farms is family owned and operated, offering a wide range of CBD products. Coming from 5 generations of farming, Crystal Meadow Farms offers farm-to-table products. In-house CBD extraction using beverage-grade CO2 since 2019. They create a CBD oil without the use of harmful chemicals. Their retail products are handcrafted using organic and natural ingredients and are some of the strongest on the market. They offer a range of CBD tinctures, spa products, a pet line, gummies for day and night, and a large line of topicals.
All right, welcome back, and welcome to Meeker Head Boys Basketball Coach Klark Kindler for being with us here this morning. They opened up with a win. Good job. Maybe tell us about that, and then also wanted to make a point of the competition that was there. Some bigger schools and talented schools. So yeah, maybe a comment on opening up with a win and then kind of the competition that was there at the tournament this weekend.
The competition was real good, and we knew it would be when we booked this, and kind of saw what the teams had coming back. Aspen was real good, and they've been coming to our tournament for about 10 years now, and this is kind of their group that they've kind of been building their program around, and now they're all seniors. And Lotus is either a big 2A or a small 3A school, and they've always got athletes, and they always play hard. And Palisades, a 4A school that came, and Mancus is ranked in the top 10 in 2A. So we knew it was going to be a fun tournament with some good teams, and sure enough, it showed that. And Thursday night we played Longmont Christian, and we got off to a really good start. Mm-hmm. We were really able to attack the post. They didn't really take away our post game, and Zogger and Zach had both had big games. Right. I think Zogger had 17 points and Zach had 11 or 12 points, something like that. And we really shot the ball well on the inside, and it was good to get off to a good start like that.
Right. Okay. And so. Then you faced Aspen, who ended up winning the tournament. They're ranked, I think they're 6th or 7th in 3A, ranked in 3A, a good team. And so maybe tell us about that and kind of what you learned or how you deal with that kind of game.
Aspen is just long and lengthy, and they're quick. They've got 3 kids that are 6'5" to 6'7", and they're just, I watched them the day before against Hayden. They had 6 dunks in the first quarter, and they had 6 or 7 dunks against us. And it's cool to see that in high school, but it's not that big a deal when you're 6'7". They do it all the time in college and the NBA, but it was still fun, and we had a hard time getting anything going offensively, and because of their length, they challenged every shot, and we just couldn't get a rhythm at all. We had too many turnovers that led to easy baskets for them. And then, they can go inside on you because they're 6'7", and then when you kind of get that contained a little bit, they throw it out there to the 6'7" guys, and they're out there shooting threes.
Yeah, I saw that. One kid hit a couple of them, and the tallest kid was snapping through.
Yes, that number 0. He and there were a couple times where we kind of had it guarded, and they're still shooting over us, and so that they were really hard to defend.
Yeah, I watched the game. Obviously, Longmont Christian. I was watching my kid on Friday and Saturday, so I wasn't able to make the Friday and Saturday game. But at Longmont Christian, I saw some good things defensively too. I saw the kids with a lot of try. Liam Deming with a few steals, and some breakaways, and that was really good to see. And then Zager Brown, and then also Zach Simonson, just really working hard, down low.
We've worked on that a lot, and those two we work post moves for at least 15 minutes a day in practice, and it showed some of the work that they've put in. And to be honest with you, when I saw that Zager had 17 points, and that's an excellent game, I was a little not disappointed, but I thought, man, I could have swore he'd be up around 25 or 30.
Yeah, I actually am surprised at that number too. I thought you would be a little bit higher. The other thing I saw for the first game against Longmont Christian was patience. The boys seemed to have some patience working the ball around the outside, trying to get that good shot.
It is, and all weekend we've struggled shooting it from the perimeter. Even against Longmont, we struggled shooting it from the perimeter, and we've got to start shooting it a little bit better there. But when you can go inside like we did, and we ran the floor a lot better, got a couple transition baskets, it helps.
Yeah, and it was nice to see that you have some depth on the bench, too. You're able to bring some kids in and fill some spots and get some breaks.
And for the most part, we've got young kids coming in off the bench. And
lots of sophomores.
Yes, and this was great experience for them. Playing, we haven't got to Palisade yet, but they were just physical, and we played at a 4A type physicality. And to be honest with you, our kids weren't used to that, and so that was really good to see that hey, this is kind of what it's all about.
Yeah, and that's Eastern Slope teams tend to play quite physical as well.
They do.
That was really good for the kids to see.
So go ahead and then tell us about Saturday's game for third and fourth against Palisade, a 4A team.
It was like the first quarter. First quarter was real competitive, and then in the second quarter, I think the score's 18-18 or 16-16. We're right there, and then we turned the ball over on 4 or 5 straight possessions and went down 8 or 10 points, and now we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole the rest of the game, and we didn't shoot the ball well enough to make a real serious run. We played hard and we were competitive, and but once they got us down 10, it was just an uphill battle, and we never could put 2 or 3 possessions together where we could hit a shot to get back in the game a little bit.
Oh, dang. So, okay, you kind of after the Aspen game, I guess we talked, and one of the things you said you were proud of or happy with the kids that they didn't quit, didn't give up, they kept playing hard. That is a good thing, and maybe a thing or two, a comment on that, and maybe a thing or two on some other things you were excited about what your team did.
Well, it's like you said, Bobby, that they're in the second half. We're down anywhere from 30 to 40 points, and our kids were still. And I challenged them at halftime. You know what? We're down 30 points at halftime, and I said we're not going to come back and win the game. But we got to get better because we play again tomorrow, and this is our second game out of 27 games, and we're going to get better for tomorrow and for the future. And I was very proud of our kids that it's really easy to not, hey, we'll just come back tomorrow and not worry about today. But I looked out and we were still competing and playing hard, and that will always pay off in the end when your kids will do that for you. And like I said, I was proud of them and how hard they played, and we played much better in the second half against Aspen. The third quarter, we only scored 6 points in the first half. Shot 15% from the field. When you do that, you are going to struggle. It doesn't matter who you play. Right. The second half, we shot the ball much better, and then they subbed their starters out in the fourth quarter, and then we really started to have some success and kind of found a rhythm there.
Mm-hmm. And so, what will you be working on? What do you think you need to be focusing on in practice this week? Or
we've got to work on hitting shots off the dribble. against Palisade, they were playing a man-to-man full court press and would beat it, and we weren't able to. When we beat the kid off the dribble, we weren't able to attack, and we've got to be able to attack there. We've got to cut down on turnovers. Against Palisade, we had 25 turnovers. Against Aspen, it was 20-something. And when you have that many turnovers, one, you're not getting shots, and two, the other team is going down and usually getting layups at the other end. I looked last night when I was doing our stats, and we gave up like 25 points against Palisade in transition.
Wow.
And that was off of our turnovers. And if you take those out, we're right there.
Different game, yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally different game. And so we've got to work a little bit on transition defense, rebounding. We didn't rebound very well against Palisade. Part of that was the physicality of it, and we weren't used to that. But we'll get better.
All right.
So fortunately, you have a lot of positivity and a lot of leadership on the team, so that's good. And so now we look forward to this weekend. You guys are traveling to Vale Christian for it, right?
Yes, Vale
on
Christian.
This Friday.
Yes.
And how are they going to be?
They're probably, if you had to pick the preseason pick, they're probably right up there to win the league. They were all juniors and sophomores last year. They didn't have a senior, so they've got their entire team back. They'll be quick out on the perimeter. They don't have much size. They're very good shooters. Vale Christian always is. So again, we've got to work on our transition defense. Usually when we play Vale Christian, they have a hard time guarding our posts. So hopefully we can get the post game established and work off of that.
That's good.
Good luck. And anything Saturday or?
Nope, we're done for the
for the
break. Our C teams, boys and girls, do go to Rangeley Thursday night after, and they're playing like at 5:30 and 7. We scheduled them late so kids wouldn't miss finals, and so they're going to play. And that we just added that game here about a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, good luck to them and good luck to you. So,
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
we'll come back after the first of the year then.
Okay, love to.
Good deal.
All right,
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Clark.
guys.
Take care. And thank you, Coach Kindler. We'll be right back with Meeker Wrestling Assistant Coach Tyrell Turner. Thanks for listening. All right, welcome back, and we are here with Meeker Wrestling Assistant Coach Tyrell Turner. Just wanted to Tyrell and I go way back, and just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. His grandfather, the late Bill Turner, was my wrestling coach in middle and high school. His dad, Kai, is one of my oldest and dearest friends forever. His Aunt Molly is my goddaughter. So I've known Tyrell since he was born in Steamboat Springs, watching and photographing him as he grew up and competing in different sports. I've also taken pictures of his son, Bryant, who's competed in our youth sports. I think he's a fifth grader, Tyrell said, and that makes 4 generations. But I've actually known 5 generations of his family, and which include one of the town's founding fathers. And best of all, my belief and faith in God comes from people like his great-grandmother, Sassy, and Pauline Sheridan, who was friends with my mom. And I know those 3 women had incredible faith, and I know they're up there enjoying their 40th birthday. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a little bit of that background. And just wanted to give you a lit place in heaven and probably listening in on this. Anyway, thanks a lot for showing up, Tyrell. A little bit about you, when you graduated, and maybe what you've been doing since you graduated.
Okay, I graduated Meeker High School 2003. Went up to Laramie at the University of Wyoming. Little plug, the Harvard of the West there. Went to school there for 4.5 years. Couldn't stretch it all the way into 5, but and then ended up got a job with the BLM here in Meeker.
What did you get a degree in?
Rangeland ecology is my degree. Yeah. And,
Okay.
ended up getting a full-time job and came back to my hometown, back to Meeker, and been.
Met your lovely wife there?
Yes, I
tell
did.
about your wife,
Yes,
wife and kids.
Thank you, Tiffany. So my wife's actually from Sirocco, just about 30 miles south of Steamboat there. We were born in the same hospital, but never, really crossed paths until we went up to Laramie, up to Wyoming.
Her name's Kayleen.
Kayleen, yes.
Okay.
Married in 2008, and been kind of just raising our family here
Which
in Meeker.
includes Bryant.
Bryant. Yep, my son Bryant is just turned 11, and my daughter Blair will be 9 here in a few days on the 18th.
All right. So as your dad, he likes to tell a story, and this reminded me a couple of times that through your whole wrestling career, you only won 2 tournaments, and that was not to embarrass you, but the last 2, and the last one you actually dominated the state tournament in 2003, went unscored upon in the 4 matches and pinned every one of your opponents in the state tournament, and was named the outstanding wrestler in the state tournament that year. So good job there, and there's still Turner's wrestling, or those genes are still on our team, and so maybe kind of tell us a little bit about the varsity, how they did this weekend, and just for full disclosure, his cousins or nephews. What we got?
Cousins. Yep.
How many cousins do you have on this year's team?
4.
4.
Yep.
And they are Caden, Connor,
Kelton, and Tegan Sheridan.
There you go. So, okay, so maybe just kind of tell us a little bit about how it went, the Cedar Ridge Stool. Maybe let's start there.
Cedar. I actually traveled with the JV, but thanks to Tiffany streaming the Cedar Ridge Duel, I got to watch it
good.
on this channel, I guess. NFHS kind of was glitching every
Sketchy.
time they were
And I believe
action.
that Tanner was standing in front of the NFHS camera for a significant amount of time because I was getting text messages.
May have been, but so
Down the move is heavyweight butt.
Tiffany's feed was good. There were no glitches during the action. So, I got to watch that. Looked like guys wrestled well. Tough competition there, and that's kind of. I mean, as long as I've been coaching here, and I think the long history of Meeker Wrestling, that's been the kind of the
Search out the competition.
Search out the competition, and wrestle the best when we can, and good competition. Always got places to improve, and you guys are working hard in the room, and we'll keep improving as the season goes on, and.
Well, good. Okay, and so, and then in Delta, did you weren't in that Delta tournament then?
No, I was in rifle with the JV, but like Tiffany said, a lot of success there. I think 4 champions.
4 champions, 6 made it to the championship round, or to the championship matches. More than 6 made it. Maybe 10 or 11 actually made it to either the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, 6th place tournament rounds. So
pretty good day there in Delta for the varsity. JV also had a good day down there in rifle.
And how many kids did you take to rifle?
We took 9 down to rifle. Yeah.
And how did that go? It was a bracketed tournament, or
that one was was bracketed. Well, I guess Tate had a round robin, but the rest of them were bracketed. It was good. Just got some mat time, got some experience. It's good to see those guys, the improvements they make in just their technique, little things that are coming along, and mat awareness, and
Good.
just kind of getting the hang of it there. And so,
Sure. And any champions?
no champions. We did have Tate was second.
Okay.
And Tegan third.
And then you, coming up in the JV, they go to Fruta this week. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep. Send the varsity will go to the Warrior, and Fruta will be in JV. It's a 2-day tournament also for the JV down there in Fruta. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been coaching? Did I ask you that already?
I don't think so. 2013, I think it was. Some other cousins, Casey Turner, Sheridan Harvey, they were coming in for their freshman year, and
When you started coaching?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Went in there and started volunteering a few days a week, and it's just kind of rolled into
Yeah, good for you. And
full-time assistant.
And there's some other sports that you also help with, little guys football. Do you do that as well?
Yeah, coached the Meeker Mustangs with some other local folks here this year. That was fun. Those little guys getting to play some tackle football. They get their pads and helmets and
Indeed.
get going.
And so, what is the wrestling room like with all those coaches? And we do have quite a bevy of coaches in there. And how is the practice? Does everybody kind of do a certain part, or how does that work with all you guys?
Yeah, so we're pretty fortunate. The facility we have, the new high school weight room, wrestling room, is just it's a really great facility, and like you said, we got great group of coaches in there, a lot of experience, and so we usually kind of break them up into groups. Break the wrestlers up into groups, and usually Coach Padilla and I have some live stuff for them, some situations. Coach Grant, Coach Lane do some technique stuff, some drilling stuff. And then Dr. Grant and Coach Blunt do a lot of the weight room stuff. The Mondays we usually have the big group do technique, and so it's really good that we can kind of break them up into similar size groups and get some kind of one-on-one, a lot of attention.
And did we get you out of a practice this morning?
I was there for a little bit. I did leave a little early, but yep, they were in there working hard this morning already. So
Well, good deal. Appreciate that, and appreciate you pitching in and helping out.
yeah.
You have anything else for Tyrell?
Oh, I think I'm good.
Well, good luck to you, Tyrell, and again, thanks again for what you do and helping out. Good luck to the boys, and hopefully they do well this weekend.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Should be some good competition. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and we really do appreciate you, especially when we saw the Christmas wrestling schedule.
Yes.
7 a.m. every day,
Yeah. Well.
all through Christmas break.
Good opportunities there. So. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Tyrell, and we'll be right back with an update of where we're going to be on the schedule, and do we have an athlete of the week?
Oh yeah.
We'll come up with one of those as well. Okay, we'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, and welcome back. We'll go to Tiffany here. She'll give us an update on the schedule where we'll be competing this week, as well as let us know who the athlete of the week is. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Right. Thank you. So both the boys and the girls basketball teams will be headed to Vale Christian. So those games are at Vale Christian on the 17th, which is a Friday. Those are their only games this weekend for varsity. And so we wish those boys and girls good luck. C team will be in Rangeley on Thursday, I believe Klark said. We didn't really have a time for that, but I believe that it's in enough time that they can completely finish school and finish their finals and head to the C team game in Rangeley. So that'll be good. I see that there's a lot of C team games on the
5:30 and 7, I think he said.
Okay,
5:30
and 7, but a lot of C team games on the schedule this year, which is really nice for those kids to get some good court time. For wrestling, the JV will be in Fruta. That's a really big JV tournament because the Warrior only allows 14 kids. There's 1 kid per weight, no extras at the Warrior. So
16 kids.
14. 106 through 285 is a
weights. Okay.
14 kids. Yeah. So so there will be, so there's we have 26 kids, 27 now on the team. And so quite a few kids will be attending that JV tournament. And Fruta, which is a 2-day, Friday, Saturday, begins at 4:30 p.m. Then the Warrior, which is a really big tournament. It has 40 teams. It's a 2-day tournament. It begins Friday at 10 a.m. at Grand Junction Central High School. It is super competitive. There's teams from 4 or 5 different states there. And actually, even if they lose on Friday, there is a wrestleback round on Saturday. So every kid will wrestle both Friday and Saturday at that tournament. So then I think that's it for what's coming up. I will say that the girls did swim in Delta on Friday and in Basalt on Saturday. No, I don't have any results from that, but I do know that there's actually Kate Lockwood, Vivian and Wagner Brown, and then also Morgan Schott. So I don't know if I said her last name right. So
all right, that are all swimming.
That are all swimming. Yeah.
And then I talked to band director Randy Adams, who said their choir was last night. The community and the school choir sang last night, and then the band concert for the 6th through 12th graders will be Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. So
those are always fun. The Christmas concerts.
Yes,
it's a good time of year. Okay, so then let's move. Should we move on to the athlete of the week?
Okay.
So I have chosen Connor Blunt. So Connor Blunt is 160 pounds last week. I do believe he might be changing this week. He actually began his preseason ranked number 2 or 3. I can't quite remember. But last week at week 1, he was ranked number 1 in the state. He went into the Delta tournament ranked number 1. He had a first round bye. In the second round, he wrestled Mendoza from Grand Valley with a major decision, 13-4. Third round, he wrestled Martina from Florence, who was actually went on to place 3rd at the tournament. And he beat Martinez 13-6. And then he wrestled Moffat County's Michael Voloshin. Michael Voloshin is ranked 5th in the state for 3A, 160 pounds. And Connor beat him in a 10-5 decision.
All right.
Yeah, so Connor wrestled really hard the entire time. Connor wrestled 3, 6, 9 minutes. So a lot of wrestling for Connor Blunt. So congratulations. Yeah.
They'll be fun to watch. And hopefully go deep in the Warrior, which is a competitive tournament. And a good kickoff for the end of the year. So, all right. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Anything else? Thanks, Rich.
Thanks,
Tiffany. And thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back. Go Cowboys.